When was the last time you stood before the mirror and asked yourself if you're truly living the life you desire? Not the life others expect of you, not the life that fits neatly into society's definition of success, but the one that truly resonates with your soul. In today's world, it's all too easy to lose sight of what we really want. We're bombarded with messages telling us who we should be, what we should achieve, and how we should behave. From the moment we wake up, external forces demand our attention, our jobs, families, social expectations. But there's something profound. Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers in modern psychology, taught us: choose yourself. Carl Jung believed that the most significant decision we can make in life is to align with our inner truth. But in a world full of distractions, how often do we actually pause to ask, am I living authentically? We are so caught up in meeting external expectations that we often lose touch with the quiet, persistent voice within us, our true essence. Jung's work focused on the unconscious mind, that part of us that's constantly trying to guide us toward a more fulfilling life. Yet, most people ignore it because listening to that inner voice feels uncomfortable. It's easy to silence it, but the consequences can be profound. Facing your shadows. One of Jung's key teachings was about confronting our shadows, the parts of ourselves we try to deny or hide. These are the aspects of our psyche that hold our unresolved fears, past trauma, and suppressed desires. Confronting your shadow can be challenging, but it's the first step toward transformation. Why? Because when you integrate these aspects of yourself, you unlock a kind of power and clarity that only authenticity can bring. It's important to note, integrating your shadow isn't an overnight process. It takes time, patience, and courage, but the result is profound. A sense of inner peace and a direction in life that feels true to who you really are. Take the story of Emily, a woman in her 30s who felt stuck in a corporate job. She was successful by all societal measures but deeply unfulfilled. It wasn't until she took a step back, listened to her true desires, and faced the discomfort of change that she made a bold decision. She quit her job and started her own business in an entirely different field. The transition wasn't easy. She faced doubts from her family, fear of failure, and the discomfort of stepping into the unknown. But over time, Emily found a life that truly resonated with her. Her business grew, and more importantly, she found joy in what she did every day. The importance of prioritizing yourself. Prioritizing yourself does not mean rejecting others. It's not about selfishness. In fact, it's the opposite. When you choose yourself, you are actually better equipped to give to others. Jung believed that self-love is essential for building meaningful relationships, and only when we are at peace with ourselves can we fully connect with others. This is the foundation of all authentic relationships. When you prioritize your true self, something incredible happens. You start to attract people and opportunities that are in alignment with your values and essence. The universe, or life itself, responds to your authenticity by bringing you what you truly need for growth. Dealing with fear and resistance. But making the choice to live authentically isn't easy. It comes with challenges. There's fear, the fear of disappointing others, of stepping out of the norm, of facing discomfort. But Jung reminds us, fear is not a sign of weakness or failure. It is an indication that you are about to make a leap into something better. Consider the example of Jack, who had spent years in a relationship that drained him. He feared leaving because of the emotional investment, but ultimately, when he chose himself and walked away, he found peace and new opportunities he hadn't imagined. His decision to choose himself opened the door to a more fulfilling life. Living authentically, the power of synchronicity. This is where Jung's concept of synchronicity comes into play. When you live in alignment with your inner truth, the world around you begins to mirror that authenticity. It's as if the universe responds to your alignment, bringing people, opportunities, and experiences that are exactly what you need. It's not magic. It's the natural result of living authentically. The right people appear at the right time. Challenges turn into opportunities for growth, and doors that once seemed closed begin to open effortlessly. The power of boundaries. A crucial aspect of choosing yourself is learning how to set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are bridges to healthier, more authentic relationships. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. not selfishness. It's about recognizing what aligns with your truth and what drains you. Jung emphasized that our unconscious mind constantly sends us signals about relationships that are out of alignment. If you find yourself emotionally drained by someone, that's your unconscious mind telling you something important. Pay attention to these signals. Sarah, for instance, was constantly giving to her friends and family at the expense of her own well-being. It wasn't until she realized she had been sacrificing herself to meet others' needs that she began to set clearer boundaries. She learned to say no without guilt. As a result, her relationships became more meaningful, and she found herself with more energy and focus for the things that truly mattered. Self-reflection and growth. Choosing yourself is a continual process of self-reflection. It's about constantly checking in with yourself. What do I truly value? What life do I want to build? These questions guide you toward making decisions that align with your authentic self. When you make decisions from a place of authenticity, everything, relationships, work, opportunities, starts to align with your truth. However, there will be times when you feel uncertain, when the doubts creep in, when old habits try to pull you back. But remember, growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone. The universe may challenge you to see how committed you are to your authenticity. The tests will come, but these challenges are opportunities for you to reaffirm your decision to choose yourself. Final takeaway: courage and commitment. Choosing yourself is not always easy, but it's the most profound act of self-respect you can make. It requires courage and commitment to face the fear and discomfort that accompany change. But the rewards are worth it. Inner peace, clarity, and a life that truly aligns with who you are at your core. Jung taught us that true peace comes from within. When you choose to honor yourself, the world around you changes. Your relationships evolve, your opportunities shift, and you become a living example of what it means to live authentically. So I want to leave you with this question. What steps will you take today to start choosing yourself? Reflect on where you might still be sacrificing your peace, your truth, for the sake of others' expectations. Let go of the things, people, and habits that no longer serve you. Choose authenticity. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. We are all in this together, navigating our paths to authenticity.